Hello everybody, today we'll be going over lesson 32 for 2nd grade. To begin with, we'll start off with adding and subtracting money. Now, when adding and subtracting money, it essentially is the same thing as adding numbers, except one difference is the label that you will use, which is cents. Now, don't worry, this doesn't change anything when you're adding, but it's simply something you have to put in your answer. So, let's ignore the labels for now. Let's ignore the cents for now. 29 plus 13. 29 plus 13. This is like any normal subtraction. Put it in vertical form and just add the ones place and add the tens place. So 9 plus 3. 9 plus 3 is 12. 2 plus 1 equals 4. That gets you your answer of 42. Now, 42 is our answer, but we're not done yet. Because of the labels that they put, we must also put the labels as well. And that's pretty much your answer. Very simple, and essentially the same thing as adding. Alright. Estimate and adding. Round the numbers to the nearest 10 and add. So, it shows us an example of what this might look like. So, 11 and 77 are rounded into 10 and 80, which equals 90. So, 11 will round to 10, and 77 will round to 80. Now, we've learned how to round, in which if the ones place is 5 or less, it'll round down. But if the ones place is 6 or more, it'll round up. So let's look at number 1. 35 and 19. Well, when we look at the ones place, we see that it's a 5. So 5 or less rounds down. So 35 would round to 30 because it's a rounding down. Now, as for 19, the ones place is 9, and 6 or greater rounds up. So, the next number to 10 would be 20. So, what's 30 plus 20? Well, you can just add 3 plus 2, which gets you 5, and add a 0 to it, which gets you 50. So now you have 50 as your answer. Alright. We'll go on to arrays. Write how many rows and how many are in each row. Then write an addition sentence. Now, this might seem a little complicated at first, but when you take it step by step, it becomes super easy. So, one thing to explain is that there are things called rows and columns. Now, a column is when things are put in a straight line vertically, so put it like straight up. For rows, those are when things are lined up horizontally. Think of horizontally as the horizon. It's flat. It's like a hot dog style. So, taking that and applying that to number 1, when it's asking us how many rows and how many are in each row, it's asking us how many are in each row. Not how many are in each column, but how many are in each row. So, So knowing this, how many rows are there? Now, there are 1, 2, 3 rows, because we have 3 lines that are going vertically, made up of smaller shapes. So we would write 3 rows of, now we would count how many are in each row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we won't write 6. Instead, we will write how many are in each row, because it's asking each row, not all the rows in total, but each row. So that would just be 1, 2. So 3 rows of 2 shapes. So now it presents us with an addition sentence. Something plus something plus something equals something. Now, keep in mind there are 3 spaces, and we already concluded that there are 3 rows of 2. So taking that in mind, you have to think to yourself, how does this make sense? If there are 3 rows of 2, then it only makes sense that the 2's go into the 3 spaces, because there are 3 of them. Not 3's, but 2's. And from here on, it's simple addition, where it's 2 plus 2 plus 2, which equals 6. Okay. Let's move on, finally, to word problems. Molly has $23. She spends $5 on a smoothie and $11 on donuts. Her mom then gives her $10. How much money does Molly have now? Now, for this one, you will have to use both addition and subtraction. But if you take it one step at a time and write it all out, it becomes super easy. So, let's write what we know. Molly has a total of $23. So this is the money she starts off with. And we want to know how much money she has after all of this has taken place. So it tells us that she spends $5 on a smoothie and $11 on donuts. Now you can subtract $5 and $11 individually, or you can add 11 plus 5, which gets you 16, and subtract that from 26, 16, which is again simple addition, simple subtraction. 7, 0, and that gets you $7. So now she has $7 left. We haven't got to her mom part, but we know from spending a smoothie and on donuts, she is left with $7. Now it says her mom then gives her $10. So this isn't subtraction anymore. This is addition. So 7 plus 10. From here, we can obviously find out that 7 plus 10 equals $17. And so how much money does Molly have now? Well, Molly now has $17. So again, very simple addition, very simple subtraction. And if you take it one step at a time and write everything out, it becomes super simple and easy to solve. Now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the day.